Welcome to the Tuesday, January 7th, 2020 Tyngsborough School Committee meeting. As a reminder, these meetings are video and audio recorded. I call this meeting to order. We'll start with introductions to my left.
Sharon Fairbanks.
Rob Mullen.
Good evening, Julie Costucci.
Mike Moran.
Good evening, Mark Branco, Assistant Superintendent.
Hi, Mike Flanagan, Superintendent.
Ryan McMahon.
Anthony Tenerella.
Paul Mitchell.
Joe Messina, Business Administrator.
Kenneth Moore, Student Representative.
Would all rise to the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. If I could get a motion to approve the December 10th, 2019 school committee minutes.
I'll make that motion.
I will second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries 6-0. Correspondence.
Mr. Chair, I've been in contact with the collective bargaining groups for the admin assistants as well as the custodial maintenance department. We originally had a negotiation scheduled with SEIU 888 for Monday, January 13th. They've asked for an extension on that one, so we canceled that meeting. So the plan right now is we will meet on January 27th with SEIU 888 and on February 3rd with Council 93 to begin negotiations with both of those groups.
Okay.
And those are the only two dates we have right now. We'll have to set further dates once we have those meetings.
Thank you. Visitors, comments, and questions? None? Share the success. KJ?
So this week, or for this month, or since the last meeting, so at TES, grade 4 students have been working hard to prepare for the upcoming music concert with Miss Gauthier. The concert is actually today, so they're excited to be able to show their talent off. Reporters and editors from TES's very own Telegraph have published their second edition. It was a special interview with Dr. Flanagan, and you can check it out on TES's website. It has a lot of articles, and you also watch the interview. And then TES looks forward to welcoming many new families as they host their 2020 to 2021 Kindergarten Information Night on Thursday, February 13th at 5:30. Registration will be held on March 3rd and 4th. Details can be found on TES's website as well. As for the middle school, the PTO will be organizing a roller skating event on January 9th and January 30th as fundraisers. Additionally, the wellness department is looking for snowshoe donations to add a snowshoeing activity to the curriculum during the actual wellness class. For students that raise enough money during the TMS Cookie Dough fundraiser in the fall, they'll be given an opportunity to attend a dunk show on Tuesday, January 28th. And additionally, 7th graders recently took a field trip to see the play A Christmas Carol. On Friday, January 31st and February 2nd, there are the dates for the theater's Beauty and the Beast play. And then Lance Corporal Babcock, who was a Tyngsborough graduate, came back to thank 6th graders for sending him letters while he was stationed. And then finally in THS, students of the month of January were announced. They were Mitch Anderson, Jason Kelly, Alicia Tyros, and Sam Messina, so congratulations to those students. Mr. Richall and Mr. Bover took the students on a DECA field trip today, where they were able to practice their business skills and apply those skills. THS alumni came in also today, and they met with juniors and seniors, and they were able to talk about college and answer any questions the students may have. And then finally, the THS Biobuilder Club invited middle schoolers from Tyngsborough Middle School to perform an actual transformation lab so they can introduce the students to synthetic biology and just transformations in general. And that's all.
Excellent. Thank you.
Can I just comment on the Telegraph interview I had at TES? The results weren't great, and it was a quiz for me. How well do you know TES? And one question was, how many bathrooms are in TES? Which I guessed about 20, and there are 27 bathrooms in TES. So those are the types of questions I received. So please don't be disappointed in the results.
I'm not going to mark you down.
It was fun. It was great. They did a great job. So.
Subcommittee update.
Mr. Chair, as you know, the evaluation for the superintendent is a one-year cycle, so the formative assessment needs to occur somewhere at the midpoint. So my thought would be that we create the superintendent eval subcommittee to kind of give you a formative halfway check-in before the next meeting at some point. So if we could plan on that.
Sounds good.
If we could take into account, too, that he didn't know how many bathrooms there were in the
Yeah, we're
elementary
gonna
school.
put that down.
Probably shouldn't have shared that information until after that meeting.
I'll check with the maintenance department, see if they know.
So is that gonna be before the next meeting?
Right.
Personnel. Notification of intent to retire. Kay Gagnon, a middle school teacher of 35 plus years. Notification of resignation. You help me with this name?
John Chmielewski.
Thank you.
Yep.
From our IT department of 8+ years. And Kay Moon, our TES special education teacher of 8 years. Good luck to those guys.
So I just have to say that Mrs. Gagnon came in to formally drop the paperwork off before the holidays, and she shared a brief story that the board at the MTRS, Mass Teacher Retirement Board, said it was probably one of the easiest retirements they ever processed. 35 years with no break in service from the same school.
Wow.
So made their life very easy. And Mrs. Gagnon certainly is an icon at Tyngsborough Middle School, and just a great teacher and a great person, and will be missed. So thank you, Mrs. Gagnon, for your 35 plus years to Tyngsborough.
Unfinished business. School building committee update.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I don't know if everyone had the opportunity to read the letter from the MSBA, so Mr. Terrell, I'll just provide some highlights if you want to jump in at any point, that's fine. So we did receive a letter from the MSBA. We notified you in December when we went for the enrollment certification. The letter's in your drive, which you can look at. Originally, when we came back from that meeting, as you remember, the school building committee had requested a facility to be able to access and support 475 students. When we received preliminary information results from MSBA, they thought that was too large of a school and a project, so they came back to us with the number 422. And that was all in conversation at the table. That was their preliminary number. As they began to review the data and looked at enrollment trends in our community, the MSBA came back with a modified number of 480 students. So as we look at a feasibility study, that feasibility study will be to support a 480 student facility here in Tyngsborough. So that just obviously means a larger facility, more reimbursement, and more opportunity for our kids. So the metrics of the data is there. This was sent to members of the SBC as well as town leadership. I believe that Board Chair Winterstrom has to sign this and get this back to MSBA. And the next meeting for the MSBA Board of Directors, Mr. Messina, was February 13th, I believe. And that's when they'll formally vote to accept us into the pipeline. So all is trending in the right direction, and we know that the feasibility study will concentrate on 480 students. And that's the update.
Excellent. Thank you. School committee calendar adjustment.
So we run into this problem every year. And we'll probably just schedule accordingly going forward. But our meetings are generally the first and third Tuesday of the month. In February, the third Tuesday is during February vacation. So historically, we've looked to move that to the following week. And I think that would make sense for us to have our initial budget presentation meeting as well. So I'm looking for action from the school committee to formally move that meeting from the 18th to February 25th.
Can I get a motion to move that meeting?
I'll make that motion.
I will second it.
Thank you.
I'm going to be out of town that time, too,
Discussion?
Oh, 25th.
on the 18th.
So we'll start at 6:30, is that right? And do no.
It'll be a typical meeting, 7 o'clock.
Oh, just a 7 o'clock meeting. Okay. I didn't know if you wanted a meeting before. No.
No, the capital asset will meet before.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Subcommittees.
Subcommittee, capital asset subcommittee.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries 6-0.
So, Mr. Chair, if I'm correct in my understanding, I'm going to send an invitation to the Finance Committee to come to the 25th for initial budget, and you want me to reach out to Town Administrator to look for a Capital Asset Subcommittee before that meeting?
Yes.
For 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock, Mr. Mullen? Yes.
Thank you.
I want it. Thanks.
New business. We're Seeking a motion to approve policy 3.1 as a second read.
This policy was looked at the last meeting, and there's been no comments or questions, so I'd like to make a motion to approve the policy as the second read.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries 600. FY21 Town of Tyngsborough budget timeline.
So, Mr. Chair, as you know, we went to a tri-board meeting last night where the town administrator kind of laid out the budget schedule for us. This is all in your drive. I'll just highlight a couple of key meetings, dates for us. We're going to be busy at the end of February. February 24th is a tri-board meeting, and that's the meeting where our state legislators will be there, Senator Kennedy and Representative Gary. So it's an opportunity to kind of solicit their insight into the budget process at the state level. The following night, February 25th, we'll have our initial budget presentation here with the Finance Committee. And then we need to take action in early March on our budget so that we are prepared by March 23rd to present our budget, our school budget, to the Board of Selectmen and Town Administrator as well as FinCom. So those are the big nights that we need to be ready for. Mr. Messina and I began working today with Dr. Branco. We believe that we'll have some preliminary numbers for you for our next meeting, some high-level numbers and kind of wants and needs and wishes throughout the district. I'm actually spilling into the next bullet. But just so you know, in December, we tried to task the administrative team with really looking at what their priorities are in alignment with our strategy for district improvement. So we received that information this past Monday, yesterday. So as we begin to bring that information together and organize that information and have some conversations about it, we will meet the central office leadership team with the building-based administrators to really go through those numbers and watch them the best up to our ability to bring a good product to you on the 21st. So on our next meeting on the 21st, you'll see what this district is looking forward as we move ahead. And certainly we'll seek your guidance and direction from there, and we'll work through this process. But the ball is rolling, and the administrators are working hard, and I think we're analyzing everything. We're looking at enrollment trends, we're looking at best practices, we're looking at programming, looking at curricular technology needs. Everything's on the table.
Excellent. Thank you. So the next bullet is FY21 Tyngsborough Public Schools budget development timeline. Anything else to add?
Really, no.
Okay.
Just take your drive.
Thank you. Finance, Mr. Messina.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For signing of bills, tonight 10 warrants were presented to the school committee. I have them back approved. In your drive is the list of warrant numbers, accounts, and amounts. Also for signing of bills, back on December 18th, might have been a day or two after that, Mr. Mullen, as single signer, came in and signed 10 additional warrants. That list is also in your drive with numbers, accounts, and amounts. And for signing of payroll in your drive are the last two pay dates, the December 23rd pay date as well as the January 6th pay date. Warrant numbers and amounts are in your drive as well. And that's it.
Thank you. School committee discussion. Mrs. Fairbanks?
I'm all set, thank you.
I'm all set, thank you.
I'm all set, thanks.
Happy New Year. I'm good, thank you. KJ?
I'm all set, thank you.
All set, thank you.
It's a trend. Almost set.
I'm going to ruin that trend. And say thank you to Mrs. Gagnon for 35 years. She's been, all three of my children have had her. And like you said, she's been a staple in that middle school for a long time. So thank you to everything she's done for our children. That is it.
I'm good tonight.
I am set also. There is a need for executive session to discuss the reputation, character, physical condition, or mental health rather than professional competence of an individual, or to discuss the discipline or dismissal of, or complaints or charges brought against a public officer, employee, staff member, or individual. We will return from executive session only to adjourn the regular session meeting. This action requires a roll call vote.
Make a motion to go into executive session.
I second that.
In favor.
In favor.
In favor? In favor?
In favor?
In favor.
We are in executive session. Have a good night, everybody.